Hey everyone, Tim Schofield here, and Realme just sent over a couple new phones that they just announced today, the 9 Pro and the 9 Pro Plus. Both of these are 5G devices, however they do have some differences to set them apart. First of all, different processor chipsets. The 9 Pro has a Qualcomm Snapdragon chipset, whereas the 9 Pro Plus has a MediaTek Dimensity chipset. Anyways, I want to unbox both of these devices, take a look at what comes inside, and talk about what is different between these two phones. Let's get started. So to begin, Realme actually sent over a couple smaller boxes here, celebrating 40 million users. A little medal right there, maybe a little shout to the Olympics. And then also, for the launch event, you'll see first Sony IMX766. With OIS, and pretty cool actually, using a magnet here, it's holding up that sensor there, so kind of cool. It's nice to see the internals of a phone every now and then. Keep in mind that sensor is on the 9 Pro Plus, and here they are, the Realme 9 Pro and 9 Pro Plus. Let's open them up. A quick look at the two boxes shows off a couple of the main differences between the two devices. First of all, the 9 Pro with the Qualcomm Snapdragon 695 processor and the Pro Plus with the MediaTek Dimensity 920 processor. The Pro Plus has an AMOLED display at 90 Hz and the Pro has a 120 Hz display. And then also want to make note that the Pro Plus has 60 watts of fast charging and the Pro has 33 watts of fast charging. So let's open these up. We'll start with the Pro Plus and then I'll just talk about what's different in the box of the Pro. So hey, welcome to the Realme family. Opening this box up. Inside, SIM ejection tool, standard booklet, and nice to see an extra of just a clear case for the phone. Always nice to see when companies include extras, including right here, check this out, includes a wall adapter, and this is their Super Dart wall adapter to take advantage of that 65 watts of fast charging, and that is USB Type A, and then on the other end of this white cable should be USB Type C. So yes, it's a USB Type A to USB Type C cable. Some packaging on our Pro Plus, going to take that off. Just a quick look, I'm going to set this to the side and see what else comes in the 9 Pro. So in the 9 Pro, same thing, SIM ejection tool, booklet, and a case for the phone. You also get the wall adapter to charge the phone. Like I said, this one, the Pro charges at up to 33 watts. And then again, USB Type A to USB Type C cable for charging. Okay, here they are side by side. The 9 Pro, they sent over the midnight black color. And this one is actually their Sunrise Blue, which has a lot of color shifting technology going on depending on how the light hits the phone. So a little bit different. The camera module looks similar. However, they have a couple differences, or actually I think just one. Now I'm going to boot these up and we can take a closer look at the hardware. One thing I noticed right away is that the power button is embedded on the Pro here. So I believe it's a fingerprint scanner right here. And then this one protrudes out. So just from powering it on, I noticed that. Down at the bottom, speaker, USB Type-C port, microphone, and a headphone jack, something I haven't seen on a phone in a little while. Already talked about the power button on the right side. Here's just a little bit of a closer look. Make note of the camera bump on both of them. The module looks very similar up towards the top. Just another microphone. And then moving over on the left side is our SIM card slot, micro SD card slot, and two volume rockers on both sides. And just a little difference in those camera modules. The Pro has a 64 megapixel camera and the Pro Plus has a 50 megapixel camera. However, it has optical image stabilization plus that Sony sensor that we had showed off earlier. Otherwise, it has the same 8 megapixel ultra wide angle lens and 2 megapixel macro lens. Anyways, I'm going to set both of these phones up and talk about anything that's noteworthy. So on the 9 Pro, fingerprint, face, or password as an option. I'm going to use fingerprint. Again, the fingerprint on this one is embedded in that power button, so setting our thumb on down gives a little bit of vibration feedback. And I want to say, speaking of, as I typed in my Wi-Fi password, went back some pages, the 9 Pro Plus vibration motor is definitely better. It's a little bit more tighter, just more refined overall. The 9 Pros just feels a little bit looser, not as polished. Anyways, that setup, very easy. Setting up the fingerprint scanner on the Pro Plus, a little bit different. You actually have an in-display fingerprint scanner. Setting my finger down, get some vibration feedback while setting it up. You can add more fingerprints later. Looks like it wants me to enroll the fingerprint edges. Interesting that it's different. Drop a comment, let me know if you like the fingerprint scanner in the power button or in display. All right, we are all set up, ready to go with both devices. The 9 Pro has a 6.6-inch display, whereas the Pro Plus has a 6.4-inch display, both at 1080p. However, remember the Pro Plus has an AMOLED display, so a little bit different technology, a little bit higher refresh rate on the 9 Pro, however. Going through, it seems like it is enabled at least the higher refresh rate on both of these phones. Let's dive into display settings to double check that. Display and brightness, display and brightness. Scrolling down to see if we can actually find it. Under screen refresh rate, it is on auto select right now. However, you can actually change that. You can go all the way high to 90 hertz or 120 hertz, and then standard 60 hertz to help save battery life. So it's kind of up to you. Also, I'm noticing these white pages on camera look a little weird on the Pro. It doesn't look as different in person, so I think the camera's just kind of picking it up a little bit different. Also, if the light hits it a certain way, if you notice on that punch hole design, there's a pre-installed screen protector on both of these displays. So you'll see the cutout actually where that front-facing camera is, which is 16 megapixel on both devices, by the way. So obviously with a different display size, the phone itself is different size, just a little bit smaller with the Pro Plus. Also, that brings a different sized battery. The Pro has a 5,000 milliamp hour and the Pro Plus has a 4,500 milliamp hour battery. A quick test of the in-display fingerprint scanner, setting our thumb down. It seems to be very quick, very accurate. Let's try it with the display completely off. Oh, it looks like the fingerprint scanner kind of sits there, setting it down, so you don't really need to press the power button to activate it. You'll notice it lets you know where to set that finger, and then just a quick test of that side-mounted one. You don't even need to press the button, actually. I can just set my thumb down, and it unlocks the device. I'm not pressing the power button whatsoever. I can try it real quick. There we go. So we're on the lock screen, setting it down. Unlocks very quickly. Taking a quick look at both of the camera apps, snapping some quick pictures. Shutter speed seems to be very fast and snappy. And the main lens is the only one that is different between the two, so the shots will turn out a little bit different, whereas the ultra-wide angle lens is the exact same on both of the phones. Some options they give you is street mode, night, video, portrait, 50 megapixel on this phone at least, and then going into more, there's an expert, so a pro option, and a group of other ones. Otherwise, that's just about everything I wanted to show off for the Realme 9 Pro and 9 Pro Plus. Drop a comment. Let me know what you think about these two phones. Definitely similar in ways, but also different in terms of some of the specs and what you can expect out of both devices. Drop a comment. Let me know what you think. Be sure to subscribe. A lot more content coming soon. And as always, thanks for watching.